Michigan State won 13 games, the Big Ten title, and the Rose Bowl last season. Yet the question in East Lansing remains, why can't this team get any respect? It's Media Day in Iowa City. The Hawkeyes open up fall camp tonight, the first week of practice under the lights, because several players still have 1 week left of summer school classes to take. Iowa's success this year could hinge on a stingy, experienced defensive line. And if you ask them, well, they're going to be pretty good. While the course is in pristine condition, one small change could mean a big difference in the scores. The rough this year is being cut much higher than in years past. After a win last night, the River Bandits looking for another tonight over rival Clinton. Out to the ballpark we go. We'll pick things up in the 4th inning. Thrilling game for the fans, and watching a great pitching performance. Jose Flores striking out Brett Booth right there. Clinton had to lead 1-0, adding to it with runners on second and third. That right there is Zach Shank going up the box, scores 2 runs. Aaron Barbosa, Lonnie Capilla come home to score 3-0 Clinton, but Chase McDonald, E-I-E-I-O, he brought out the big bat, goes yard, a 2-run shot, cuts the lead to 3-2. The Bandits tied it, sent it to extra innings, and right now, good news for the River Bandits. They're up 4-3 in the top of the 12th. On the board, Burlington playing Beloit, and the Bees sting the Snappers 6-2 to the Bigs. Cardinals, Rockies this afternoon. Big start for Colorado, up 5-2, but the big man, Matt Adams, had the answer, a home run right there. 2-run shot, made it 5-4. We're tied at 6 now in the 8th, and Matt Carpenter just gets it past Troy Tulowitzki. That puts the Redbirds up, and they go on to win the game. Final score, 9-6. On the board, the Reds get the best of the Cubs, 4-1. White Sox and O's are tied up 4 apiece. We're still 66 days away from kicking off the college football season, but who's counting? Iowa's success this year could hinge on a stingy, experienced defensive line. And if you ask them, well, they're going to be pretty good.
We expect to be the best defensive line in the country. I don't care what anybody else says, who has who. We expect to be the best defensive line. We might not make all the plays, but we know us being the best defensive line is taking up blockers and letting our linebackers come up and make plays just like we did last year.
Iowa opens August 30th against Northern Iowa. After winning 20 straight games and making the national tournament last year, St. Ambrose women's basketball looking for another challenge. How about opening up the season with a trip to Iowa City to play former Bees head coach Lisa Bluter and the Hawkeyes?
It's a huge recruiting tool, and I think looking at our team coming up, we lost 3 key players from last year's team, but we have pretty much everyone back, and we have some great transfers coming as well. So, you don't take an inexperienced team to Iowa City to play the Hawkeyes. So we felt that this year was a great year to do it, and it's going to be a lifelong memory for most of our kids.
That game November 9th will also be a matchup of sisters, Iowa senior Sam Logic and St. Ambrose sophomore Brett Logic. Assumption and Central making Monday's washout up today, a double dip. We pick things up in the 4th. Assumption Zach Adrian over the head. That's a double. Later in the 4th, Ryan Dobek going to bring home the run, and the Knights take a 2-1 lead. Assumption would have to battle back in this one to get the victory, but they do just that, 7-6. They also win the nightcap 6-2. Well, all eyes on the World Cup tomorrow after last-second heartbreak. Team USA needs a win or a draw over Germany tomorrow to advance to the knockout round.
Well, it's cruel sometimes, it ebbs and flows. We try and take every result as it comes. We'll try and give ourselves 12 hours or so to ponder the result, but tomorrow will be a new day. We'll get some sleep, and our training sessions have been light and lively, and we've got a great chance in the group of death.
Going to be a big game tomorrow. The Hawkeyes open up fall camp here tonight under the lights for the first week of practice. Iowa has big expectations this season, thanks in large part to the big guy up front. Now, while many teams have their quarterback or running back as the star, well, the best player for the Hawkeyes wears number 68. At 6'5", 320 pounds, Brandon Scherf casts a large shadow wherever he goes.
He's just an animal. He's relentless, a freak. A monster. I've never seen anybody do the things that he does on the field.
He's just a freak. I mean, strong, he's fast, he's got good techniques.
That freakish talent had many NFL scouts salivating, yet Scherf opted to return for his senior season.
There's no doubt this is my decision, and I'm happy. I've improved so much from spring ball up, in the weight room, and I've gotten smarter, watching film and just working on technique drills. I'm just excited to put the pads on.
A hard-working yet humble nature has helped transform this former high school quarterback to an All-American tackle.
He's already awfully good. He's got a chance to be one of the I think, best players ever to play here. But his attitude and his work ethic, he's very improvement driven. He's a high effort, high work ethic type player. And he's all about teammates. You know, he's all about what's around him. And I think that was probably a factor in him coming back.
His leadership goes well beyond the field into the weight room. Video of Scherf recently cleaning 443 pounds 3 times quickly went viral.
Brandon is unique, and Brandon is at a category of his own. He's really out front, you know, and some of the things he's doing.
While his feats off the field and on will likely lead to NFL fortune and fame, this small-town Iowa native has more immediate concerns.
Our goal is to win that Big Ten championship, and you know I can always improve myself as a player, and that's my goal, is to improve my leadership role, pass blocking, run blocking, just focus on smaller details and just bring everybody along and try to be a better team this year.
And a good season will only raise the stock for Scherf this season. That's already pretty high, though. ESPN's Mel Kiper has Scherf rated as his 10th pick in the upcoming 2015 NFL Draft. At Media Day in Iowa City, I'm Roland Glembine, ABC 9 Sports. Believe it or not, Minnesota has won 7 national championships, albeit the last one came in 1960. Yet to hear these Gophers talk, number 8 is not as far-fetched as you would think.
And we want to be undefeated, and we want to win every game that we play. I mean, that's a realistic goal for us.
Undefeated? Realistic? We're talking about Minnesota, right?
When we say we want to be 12-0, we mean it. I mean, there's not any jokes. I mean, we're not just tossing it around. We feel like anybody on our schedule we can beat.
The Gophers finished 8-5 last year, winning 4 straight Big Ten games for the first time in 40 years.
I think they're excited about the whole season because I think, having the success they had last year, they understand, that's a 1 year. You got to earn your respect.
Last year's success also earned Kill a raise, moving him from the lowest paid coach in the conference to making over $2 million a year.
Started the business at $250 a month, did it for about 3 years, lived in a mobile home, ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm a pretty simple guy. Somebody fixed my tie today, so it hadn't changed me any.
The Gophers are making a change at quarterback. Sophomore Mitch Leidner replaces Philip Nelson, who transferred to Rutgers.
It's been tough for the QB situation here in the past few years that I've been here, with whether it be injuries and not knowing who's going to be the guy or not. But now with this year, going into this year, I think the team feels really comfortable and confident in me.
Despite 8 wins, Leidner says the team is fueled by the final loss, the Gophers' 6th straight bowl loss.
Every single day this offseason has been because of us being super angry about that bowl game and hungry and just ready to get back out on the field and show people that we're a better team than that.
While the battle for the pig with Iowa is always big, the Gophers are really focused on the season finale against their other rival, Wisconsin. The Badgers have claimed Paul Bunyan's axe 10 straight seasons.
But the fact that it's Wisconsin and it's the axe, all that's going to go out the window for everybody. So the axe is something that we want so bad.
We can take care of our rival games, which is not easy to do because of the nature of the programs. We'll be in the thick of the race. I really believe that.
Minnesota kicks off their season Thursday, August 28th against Eastern Illinois. The battle for the pig is November 8th in Minneapolis. With your Big Ten countdown to kick off, Roland Glembine, CBS 4 Sports.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is kind of our time to make final adjustments.
Getting the course ready to host a PGA event is no easy task.
Fill every divot out here, fix every ball mark, any hole gets filled, every last detail down to a little weed coming out of a landscape bed gets taken care of here before Monday morning.
A tough job made even harder thanks to Monday's heavy rain.
The bunkers who didn't fare so well, all the sand washed out, involved making repairs to the liners, putting all the sand back, compacting it.
And if more rain falls, Studeman says they're ready.
Have local clubs on call. They know when, if rain comes down, that they'll send staff over to help us out. We have pumps on call, rakes, you name it, we've got additional sand. We keep all the pieces in place for every situation possible.
Studeman says a lot goes into providing a fair, consistent course.
We start measuring green speed on a daily basis. Every little thing we do is a science. It's just not mowing grass. We utilize a lot of technology. We use devices that measure moisture in the greens, and we can water a 1-by-1 area on a green that's dry instead of watering the whole green.
While the course is in pristine condition, one small change could mean a big difference in the scores. The rough this year is being cut much higher than in years past.
We're going to be cutting the rough this week at 4 inches. We all felt it was a good opportunity with the wet weather we've had, and having a thicker, fuller rough than in years past to take it up a notch and see how it plays.
That first test will come with Monday's Pro-Am. In Silvis, Roland Glembine, CBS 4 News.